particular thing. So let's get here. This is a guide track. This is Guide Track, boys and girls. It is a plugin that allows you to program your live tracks. You can use this to set up like, Q tracks, Slate tracks. We have over 100+ MIDI files built into the plugin called what some people call Slates, some call them Qs. But it's the stuff that you've heard before. You've heard this before. It sounds like this. And what we did was we mapped this. We mapped this. Sorry, let me get this together. We mapped these. I want to get this shot right here. Give me a second here, guys. Back to main. Sorry. All right, we mapped these to the keys. So on the keys, you have different cues. You know what I mean? And then we've also got different voices. So we have like the American voice. You know what I mean? These are just different ones that you can use. So you got different ones. British male, this is one of my favorites. Modulate half stop. Oh man, I love his dialect and the way that he just does things. It's really, really cool. British female, that's what you heard before. We even got Spanish. You know what I mean? We've got the Spanish female as well. So you have those in there. So it's just a really, really dope way of being able to create tracks and create your guide tracks, whether you're using them for live performances, whether you're using it for church, whether you're setting it up for the gig. We all know the pain point of trying to create these tracks and have it set up. And a lot of you guys are MDing, you got the mic there, you're trying to MD through a set or MD through a church service. And it's a lot. So that's why a lot of people use guide tracks, because they don't either have a MD or they don't have a talk back. Maybe they want to, bring it all the way out to the band. You guys know how to use those. You've used them. But the process of programming them over the years has been very difficult, because you either have to have kits, you have Midi, you drag them in. It's a drag and drop type thing. It's a process to programming. And years ago, when I started Gospel Multitracks, what we were doing we were doing the same thing. We were having to program tracks and guide tracks for every one of our stems that we released. And so I found that to be like the longest process after you've created the tracks, after you've lined up everything, to have to go back in and manually put in the cues and the guide through and the click and all of that stuff throughout the entire song. You know what I'm saying? So I thought of a dope way to do it. So we programmed the EXS instrument initially, and that was the kind of vibe to be able to just go. And a lot of you guys are familiar with this, the American male. You're familiar with this voice from Gospel Multitracks. Let me know in the chat if you remember those, if you use those cues. So that's how we used to play those in when we were working and creating tracks. We were just doing it from an EXS instrument. So I started thinking about this years ago, about how I can build this into something that would be super, super dope for all of us to be able to program this in. So this is where guide track comes in. All right. So I'm going to answer some questions in just a second, because I know you guys have got them. Meanwhile, if you already kind of got it, you want to check it out, hit that QR code and go over there and get it. It's on sale for $29.99 for the next week. All right. So let's dig in here, and let's kind of see what guide track is. So first of all, this is the interface that you're kind of privy to. It's very simple. Here are all of your voices right into here. You have all of your click and slates over here, which I'm going to show you that in a second. Volume for the clicks. You have master volume, audition, stop, fade in, fade out, split track, verb, and brightness. Now, here's something that's really, really dope. Now, we got tool tips. They're right in this little area right up in here. It'll pop up if you mouse over something, and it'll show you what that thing is. You know, if you mouse over it, it'll show you what it is. But we also built in this little help button right here. And the reason we built this in is to be able to help all of us with programming, because a lot of times you don't know where everything is on the keyboard. So as you can see, everything is lined up. We have numbers down here in this section. We have sections. You have commands in this third section. Right? And then up here you have phrases. You know what I mean? So you have all of those right there. And it's very simple commands that will allow you to just kind of get down and dirty. But also what we did is we brought in this click and slates browser with this little thing that says drag and drop MIDI, right? So let's say we got this click here, like, we have all of the different clicks. You got 4/4, you got 4/4 double time, click, all of those things. That's what the audition button is. So I can hit audition and it'll play my click. If I want a double time click, if I need a 6/4 click or a 3/4 or a 6/8, you know what I mean? We even got odd time signatures like 5/4. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of the click, you can control the volume of the click down here. But not only can you control the volume, you could change the click type. You know what I'm saying? Or you can go to click 3, more traditional type click, or drumstick. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really cool to be able to do that. Make sure I ain't missing anything. Yep. So you have that set up, all your different types of clicks. I like the cowbell because it's kind of like my favorite. But let's say you got a click that you can't run this live. This is not something that you run live. You know what I mean? Like, you don't run that click live. That's what the audition button is right here. That's the audition, whatever click or slate that you have. And then if you want to add it to your project, like this particular song that I have that I'm programming out for an Easter service, we all know that's Glorious Day, right? So now that I have the 4/4 click, let's just say I want to do the double time click, for us. I can take that and drag this out straight into my session, right? Here in Logic, easily just drag that MIDI up there. When I'm in Logic, I can just hit the L button. And now I've got my click in there. And if I want to go something more traditional, maybe I don't like that click, I'm not vibing with it. And then this is what the split track is for. It splits it left. All right. So that's the whole vibe of how you can do that, right? So also, let me create another track here, because that's going to be my track for the click, right? But also we have the Slates browser. So if I open up a different one and I decide I'm going to use this American voice, right? I like that, right? I can just go here to Slates and Cues, and I have all of the different commands loaded here in this browser, right? So I can audition those. Maybe I just need a regular count. or maybe I need a longer count. You know what I'm saying? But let's say we're going to put the intro in here. So I'd go down. Of course, it's alphabetical. Let's give myself a long intro. So we have it like, it should say intro long, right? Intro long, right? So we click there, give myself some space, drag that in, drop it on the track. Now, then I know I got a verse coming up, right? So I could take that verse, drag that in there, probably somewhere around in there, because I think the verse comes in right about there, right? Now we got that in there. Go off. I'm not all the way on the one. That's why. There we go. In this song, if you know the format, it repeats right here, right? So then I could just go up and grab a repeat. You know what I'm saying? Just grab a repeat. Uh-oh, clicked on the wrong thing. Drag it up here. So now we got. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much the premise of creating tracks really, really quickly and going through. If I wasn't explaining, I could jump through it a whole lot quicker. Just going in, finding my clicks, finding my cues, dragging them in, dropping them into the bar that they need to be in. But what's also cool is the fact that we made it to where everything is mapped here, because sometimes you have like more complex commands that you need to give in a moment. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it needs to be a whole lot longer. Like you need to give multiple things. So it's not just like repeat 2 3 4 or verse 2 3 4. It's like chorus, bridge, one, you know what I mean? Chorus, drive it, some whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like if I go back here, there's a section right here when it get ready to go into the um So I got multiple commands there. I got like a break, a tag, a break, and then leading into my chorus. So I come here and find my tag, right? So we got the tag here. We got if I got here, so I'll show you guys. We got the tag here, right? Then we got the break right here. And then let's see, like, or maybe we could do drive it. We could do like drive it. So we have tag, break, 1 2 3. I do it like, and then coming into the chorus. So something like that, I would just play it into the actual session because it's faster to do that. So you see what I'm saying? It's just a whole lot easier and simpler and quicker to just get in there and play the parts out. So it's almost like you're MDing by playing the keys. And I think that's like the dope premise around it. It gives you options to where you can be able to build your track by dragging. Because some people I talked to a lot of programmers when we were building this, and some guys just like to drag stuff in. They're used to that workflow. But I talked to one programmer. He's like, yo, I drag the numbers in. I drag everything in one by one verse, and then I go find number one, drag number one in, and I go find number two and drag that in. Then I go find this, or I built it into an Ableton drum rack and was trying to figure it out with Midi. So he was like, this solves a problem that I didn't even know I had because I was just doing things a certain way, right? So that's the whole point, is how do you get in here and get down and dirty and get really, really quick with it? So that's the whole purpose and point of Guide Track. It allows you to do that sort of thing. We, just for some fun, kicks and giggles, we add some verb. You know what I mean? And then this one is more kind of really cool because we have different sets of ears. Everybody has like different in-ears and monitor systems that they use on Sundays for gigs, for playback, all of those things like that, right? But sometimes not all of those are made equal. So sometimes you have ears that are really, really sharp, and sometimes you have ears that are really, really dull. So my thought process was build in a brightness knob, you know what I mean? So I could be able to lock it in. So if I need to make my cues brighter, then I can do that. Or if my ears are too sharp, I could just bring it down and dull it a little bit. So that's something that's a little bit, more useful in those practical cases like that. And it's guide track. That's pretty much the workflow. That's pretty much the vibe of what it is. It's a basic kind of plug-in that solves a problem that you probably didn't even know you had at the time. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole workflow of guide track and how it works. So it's really, really dope. I'm excited to be able to bring this to you guys today. Let's see what you guys are talking about. All right, let's dig in. And remember, before I jump in too deep, right now, let me pull this up actually on my computer over here so you guys can be able to see it. Let me get it over here. Give me a second. Yeah, let me get this over here. I just want you guys to be able to, let me pull it up here really quickly so you guys can see. Let's go back to the Mac. This is the page where you get it. Intro price, $29.99. It is this week only. Well, not this week only. It ends March the 15th. So you've got a little bit over. We got about 10 days to hop in and grab it. Goes through all of the, things. Works for Windows and Mac. No Pro Tools just yet. No Pro Tools just yet. I am working to get Pro Tools updated for several of our products, for Juice, for Loop Track, and then we're going to do Guide Track, and we're going to do them all at the same time because it's a whole process with AAX that I don't have time to get into on this live. All right, let's see what you guys are talking about. I just had to jump in and really show you guys because I've been excited to show you this stuff all day long, right? So let's see what you guys are talking about. All right, I'm gonna scroll up. So have some patience with me getting to your comments here as we, man, it's 83 y'all watching across all of the socials. Really, really dope. Really, really dope. Okay, I'm gonna go in here. Okay, here we are. I think we're good. Demo sound was low. Oh, y'all couldn't hear the cues? Y'all couldn't hear that? Y'all don't hear that? Y'all hear that? Let me know if y'all hear that. That's trash if I went through all of that and y'all couldn't hear it. Could y'all hear that? I got some thumbs up that y'all could hear that. So the track was the track good? Like, don't tell me I went through all of that, you guys couldn't hear it. That's funny. Oh, the sound is low on the playback. So it was just low sound, is what you're saying? I apologize if that was the I apologize for that, guys. You couldn't hear the cues. Okay, give me a quick second because I need to be able to, let's turn that up for you guys just a little bit. Man, I apologize, guys. Okay, see, I got different plays. See, I got yes, everything is fine. One guy says he can hear all of it. One guy said, I got a bunch of notes. I got a bunch of notes and I got a lot of yeps. I don't know which one. Let me just turn it up because when I'm looking at my audio levels, that seems pretty hot over on my side. But let me bring it up some more, and I'll go back through it if I need to. I apologize, guys. Give me a second here. Let's pull up the volume a little bit more. You know what? I'll just leave that alone. I could do it over here because I was almost daggone positive that we had that. So, and I'll go back through it if I need to, so you guys can see it. Where is my, gotta get into my mixer here, guys. Give me a second. Yeah, I see, I got stuff, people saying like, yo, you said you hear it loud and clear, you still working. I don't know, you guys tripping me out though. You guys tripping me out. But just in case, we're gonna bring it up some, right? I'm gonna go here and turn this up. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the levels in here and we're gonna see. Okay, let's get it up a little bit louder. Maybe a little bit more, right? 1, 2, 3. That probably is a whole lot louder. It's probably a whole lot louder. That's cool. That's how you know we live. We actually live. This isn't pre-recorded. This is a live deal. All right. So it's got to be those galaxies. Okay, I don't know. So for those who heard it, you heard it. I'm gonna go back through some stuff for those who couldn't hear it. But let me get to some questions. Let me make sure that I didn't miss anything pertinent besides you guys not being able to hear it or what have you. Let's get here. I just want to be able to get you guys comments up on the screen here. Yeah, so, all right. Yes, it is I think I saw somebody here. It's a VST. Yeah, it's a VST. Works for Mac and PC. Let's see what else we got here, guys. Here, hold on. Just going through you guys' comments. Yes, sir. Yes, great use for teaching. Maybe it's a Facebook thing. I know Facebook has been having I don't know, maybe I know socials has been kind of wonky this morning, like Facebook and Instagram were down. So I'll go back through it here in just a second, just so you guys can see what's going on. What we got here? Can you set the tempo in the software? It's locked to the DAW's. It's locked to the DAW's tempo. So if I go over here, and let's get back into Logic, I'll show you. And I'll just move over here. Let's just move to the end of this track, right? Let's get over here where this is. And this song is as long as Jack's. So if I change my BPM to like 115, or if I slow it down to like something crazy like 80. And that works even in the Audition browser. So for instance, if I come up here, we go to 4.4, and if I speed it up, like, I don't know, 115, it speeds up, you know what I'm saying? So it's locked to whatever grid you have in the host BPM, you know what I'm saying? So that's the vibe for that that you have. Let me get this back to 115, 111, I think that's what it was. So you can use it for that. So let's see what else we got here. Oh, Waves Rack. Okay, you're talking about Waves Rack. Yes, sir. Yeah, you guys are going in. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go back through it here in just a second. I appreciate you guys hanging out. We're gonna go right. Hold on with me, guys, in just a second. I'm gonna go back through after I get through any initial comments and questions that I had, and then we'll go back through it and we'll make sure you guys can hear it. This will sound crazy, but I've been working on a Q's plugin to accept the release date. Well, congrats, bro. Congrats. Congrats on your early release. Oh, music track was a little louder than the cues. Okay. Well, we'll work through it. We'll do it. We'll go back through it. Interesting. That's very interesting. I'm gonna go back through it. Dale says he's working on a film, watching it, can hear it clear. He said, get off those Samsungs. Demetrius said he heard everything. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. We're gonna look at that. We're gonna figure it out. I don't know. We're gonna figure out what's going on here in just a second, and we're gonna do a test, and I'm gonna go through it. All right, so let's just do that, y'all, because y'all talking about phones. Y'all arguing Apple versus iPhone. I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss any questions. All right. What did you say about Pro Tools? Waves Rack Pro Tools. Oh, yes. Thank you for that, Dale. So if you're right now, until we get Pro Tools ready, you can download the Waves Rack, and it'll host AU, VU, VST plugins. I forgot about that. So you can load it up in there. There's also Blue Cat Patchwork. For those of you who use that, you can use that. I think Machine can host it. There's a couple of other little third-party things that are free, some paid, that you can use for that for Pro Tools. All right, let me dig back in for just a little bit, and I'm going to show you that. Now, first off, before I go back in and we do another demo of this, I want to make sure we're going to do a quick check. We're going to make sure that all you guys can hear what's going on first. And then we're going to make sure that the sound is good. And then I'm going to go through and show you guys a little bit more on the programming side of what you can do. So tell me if you can hear this. These are the cues. Now, it looks hot on my side. So let me know if you heard praise break. Let me know in the comments that you heard that's working for you. If you heard that loud and clear, let me know. He said the sound is not in the feed. The sound is not in the feed, but I'm looking at the sound on you can hear my mic. You can hear me talking, but you cannot hear the audio coming through the feed, bro. See, I heard praise break. It's only your room mic. Then this guy says very hot. I think there's something screwy going on with Facebook and YouTube and all of the social stuff right now, because this is kind of weird. Johnny Henderson says very hot. This guy says very clear. This is weird. This is very weird. He heard it. Let me know. Everything. Hear everything. I got a thumbs up. This guy says Facebook is fine. But then this guy says Facebook has issues. And then this guy says, I hear you. I got clear. Y'all catting off. I don't know what's going on with Facebook and IG. So that sounds pretty hot, and it looks hot. You can even look at the signal right there and see that's pretty hot going in. And I turned it up at the source. So you guys should be able to hear that. And then I'm gonna play the music here. Let me know if you can hear the music. So y'all heard that? Let me know if y'all heard that. If the music was coming in clear with the click and all of that. Okay, I got a yes from YouTube. Everything is good. Yes. My man said he got a bad connection. Log out. Log off lids. Log off lids. Y'all capping. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go through it one more time for you guys in case you hear. Hopefully, some of the people that couldn't hear before can hear now. I love doing these. This is informal. I love hanging out with you guys. I'm not Apple. We're not Apple. We're not out here trying to do these prepared videos where it's like all super cinematic with drone shots flying over the house and all of that foolishness. Maybe one day I'll get to that. But I love the down home interacting, being able to kind of tap in with you guys live and really kind of get feedback from you guys because it just does wonders for what I do and what have you. All right. So I'm going to dig in a little bit again here on this side just for you guys to show. I'm going to overview the features a little bit more for those who may have missed it. And also, if you don't know, you can hit that QR code right there on the side. That will take you to the website and you can get it on sale right now for $29.99, boys and girls. And it's only on sale until the 15th. And then it's going to go up to $49.99. All right. And we're going to be doing some really dope stuff with this. So I'm excited about being able to build this out for you guys. So again, this is Guide Track. It is a plugin that allows you to basically easily and quickly program your guide tracks, your cues, your slate tracks, all of those different things like that in a very intuitive and quick manner, right? So this allows you guys to be able to jump in and do this. So we have it set up, again, for those who may have missed it, to where you have all of your clicks here. So I can audition those clicks just by pressing that button. If I want a double time click, I can have that. If I need a 6/4, and it changes with me, even if you not in 6/4, you could still audition the click in 6/4 and it loops perfectly, no issues. And then you just change your meter within the DAW itself, and it'll have you that. So you got 6/4, we got 3/4 in here, we got 6/8, all of those things like that. So if you need a 6/8 click, that's in there. You have odd clicks here, 5/4 standard. We even got 7/8, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So you got that in there. And then we have the slates, which allow you to kind of have that. Maybe you just need a 4 in there. Maybe you just need a 6/8 count. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need break. You know what I'm saying? And you can easily just drag these into your DAW for like different things. So let's find a section in here. So like, I think we stopped off here at the chorus is where we stopped off with programming. So we're in the chorus, right? So I like that right there. So let's see this part right here. So maybe I want to play something in for that. Let's see here. Let's listen to this chorus out, and I'm going to record because it does like a little change in there where it's repeating, but it goes to the 6, right? We know that as a thing. So as an MD, you would probably call it out. You'd be like, repeat, go to the 6. You know what I mean? You would yell that out as a MD if you were, MD in the gig or MD in the service or whatever. So, you know what I'm saying? It leaves you with that. So maybe I want to play that in like in this little space. So let me find it here. So I would probably do like, let's see. So we got this repeat. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Let's get that in there. You know what I'm saying? So we fill it out. So like you do something like this. You know what I'm saying? So it just allows you to be able to get in and do that at a level and at a space that is just really quick and really intuitive, right? So that's pretty much Slate Track. And then for those of you who may have missed it as well, we have different voices. So what's really, really cool is even though no matter what you do, because it's all MIDI, as you program, if you decide you want to change the voice, you don't like the American male voice, you can just change to American female. You know what I'm saying? So you can change that. Or I like the British female. She's one of my favorites. I like the British. I just like British. It gives you just different options. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then what's really, really awesome, what I think is really, really awesome is that, some of you guys like program and have multiple types of services, like for church, if we're thinking about church in that framework. I know like live programmers don't run into this probably too much. But for those of you who are in like a church framework, um, sometimes you guys have multiple services, multiple lingual services, right? So maybe you have a Spanish service. I actually just stopped going to a church recently. It was a church we was at for a few years. We just transitioned from. That's what I meant to say. Church we just transitioned from. They used to do a Spanish service. You know what I'm saying? So that's an opportunity when you have a Spanish service to be able to easily just kind of jump in and then just change the cues to Spanish. So you can program for English for your main service, or you can program, all of that, and then just click the Spanish voice. You know what I'm saying? So it just gives you a whole lot of options that you can kind of use. And that's the whole purpose. And we're going to be adding more and more languages. I got a guy working on some French cues, got a guy working on German, and a couple of others that we're going to be adding in over the course of the next few weeks. But I'm excited to be able to really build this out and to something that's really, really great. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Last I tapped off, y'all was saying y'all heard it. Y'all could hear it. You can hear everything. I heard everything. I hear it. Good. Okay, cool. We're in there. Maybe some people are just bored. Yeah. I agree. Uh, uh, um, Not necessarily in this. It doesn't. You don't. It's not running tracks. It's not like separating stems or doing anything like that. It does include cues and clicks and all of those things like that. And then it allows you to be able to program these things yourself. So in the Prime app, when we developed that was years ago when I was working with a Loop community. It had the cues already keyed. So what we used to do is program this stuff. Everything that you hear on Prime on a track when you're going through that is something that us as producers, we programmed that stuff into the app. So we were doing that stuff behind the scenes for everybody, so nobody had to do it. It was a click and a cue track on everything that we did. But for the people who create their own tracks or program their own track or program their own tracks for Sundays and their own set list for Sundays, they didn't necessarily have access to this tool because it was an internal tool that we were using. And it wasn't this plugin. It wasn't this plugin. It was just we had the cues in a pack and we would just put the cues, we would add the cues to our songs. So that's what that is. So it's, I guess you can say it's a neighbor, but it's not like the exact same thing. This is something that gives you the power as a programmer or as somebody who's creating a guide track for your service, for your live gig, for your show, for whatever. Even as a producer, there's value in it. Like as a producer, when I'm sending out like reference tracks to other musicians to record to, I add the guide track to it so that they can be able to know where it is. So it's a great tool for not just live shows, live church services, programming stems. It's also an amazing tool that you can use even as a producer to have it into your tool belt to be able to program out a track for a set of musicians, your bass player, your drum, because we do a lot of split sessions. Yes, there are sessions where we bring musicians in, but a lot of us, we record remote, right? There's a drummer that lives in Texas and you send him the track and he plays to it. You know what I'm saying? So you have guide track, you can literally just program. It becomes like a performance thing. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm recording, I could literally just go like, oh, let me get out the Spanish cues. I love those, but you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because as a producer, you're not really there to be able to MD. MD the musician through the track. So this gives you a way to be able to program those tracks and send them out to different your musicians and all your people that you got working on tracks or whatever. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, I think it's something going on with Facebook, bro. They've been catting off all day. Let's see what we got here. I just want to make sure. Okay, so we got that. He said it just switched to that. It's definitely a Facebook. So Facebook is just catting off right now. Sorry for the Facebook people if y'all had like issues or what have you. What do you say? These staccato backgrounds, though. Yes, sir. Oh, we just going. That's another question that doesn't have anything to do with it. Can you accent the click? So the click by default has the accent on it, right? So here we go. Like if I pull it up here and we'll just look at this particular one, I'll go back to standard, right? 4/4. You have different types of clicks. So you got that, right? But then you can hear the accent on there. You can hear the doop, 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 doop. You can hear that, right? And then you have a different click 2, then you have click 3. And I know that is hot. I'm looking at that coming through. So that's probably killing y'all. Let me bring that down. You know what I'm saying? And then you got drumsticks. But you can also blend clicks, right? I don't know. Maybe you like that sort of thing. You know what I mean? But you can accent it that way and be able to bring it in. And you can also, I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this, you can also split the click. So if you hit the split track, what it does is it brings it to the left side and you can see it jumping on the left side there. I don't know whatever Facebook and all of that is doing with the audio, but it splits that. That's what the split track feature does. Another feature that I didn't talk about earlier is the fade in, fade out, right? So I'm gonna solo just this track right here, right? And we'll I'm just gonna run a click, right? That's real. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe you got like a whole setup going on right here, like, right? You could fade it out and fade it back in. That's what that is for. Because those are situations you never know when you're programming that you don't know that you're going to have to, necessarily, you're going to necessarily have to have. And sometimes you're in live situations, it goes off the rails, you know what I mean? And you just hit the fade out button, it'll fade it out, you know what I'm saying? The click and the cues, right? So another thing that's really, really dope about this, and let me get this off the screen and then I'll look at more questions. Another thing that's really, really dope about this is that, you can automate every aspect of this. So say, because I got a question while we were creating this. I got a question that basically asked, the guy asked me, said, "Hey, could you run the click and the cues like in the same instance?" And I know that's a question that some of you might have. You know what I mean? Like, can I run them both at the same time? Right? Let me get this back together here. Can I run them both at the same time? And the answer is yes, because everything in Guide Track is completely automatable, right? So you got the brightness level, you got the, click volumes that you can automate. So even the play button, you can automate that, right? So if I go here under that, and let's just look for that automation level. On the right track, yeah, play. You know what I'm saying? I can. Oh, did I do that right? No, I should be showing. There it is. I was like, why is that not showing up? Right? Crazy, right? So of course that came right off at the thing, right? So we can adjust that. We can probably get in here a little bit more fine, right? Just like adjust everything like over, because you give yourself a space in here, right? Don't move, right? So now we come back in here. Sorry, trying to get this together here. Oh, that's why. I'm like, wait a minute. It's not even on, that's a user error. So that's not a plugin error. That's a user error. I don't have it all on. I don't even have it on 2. I got it coming in on the 4. I thought I had it coming in on 2. Yeah, whatever, move, whatever. Then there we go. See what I'm saying? And then you'd automate that as well. So you can automate every aspect of it, from the brightness to the fade in to the fade out. Maybe a lot of times in show programming and programming shows, programming live stuff, you have a moment where a song ends, and you got like the roll at the end or whatever, and then there's another part where it comes in. Maybe you want to fade the click out as there's this end part that's going in, and then you want to fade it back in when you're going to the new song, to the next song, right? So as you're following your timeline. So there's use cases basically for being able to automate all of those aspects. Maybe automating, you want to change a different click. Maybe you want to go to a different whatever. It gives you options that you can kind of really work with. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really, really dope. Let's see what else you guys got here. What else did I miss? He said, "Oh, you like the British? You stupid." Yeah, right. You might not want to use the British female then on Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? He said, "We're the hood voice." So funny enough, I'm actually, we're going to be doing a lot of different voices. So you guys feel free to hit me with some suggestions or some things that you want. I'm thinking about doing like celebrity MD. I've talked to a couple of MDs, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to release any names or anything like that, but I've talked to a few people that said they would be down to like create their own cues for like, you know, guide track, their own slates. And then we would put those in for you guys and offer that as like, you know, update a pack or whatever. Let me know what your favorite MD is. If we were going to do that, this is how you guys can help me out. If you guys were going to do that, if we were going to do like a celebrity MD like pack with, you know, your favorite MD in there, let me know down in the chat. Let me know down in the chat who you would want to be in that pack. Let me know down in the chat who you want to be on that celebrity one. Yeah, Creole, I definitely would love to do that. I think there's something to that, to being able to do Creole. We can do that. That'd be cool. Yep. That would be really, really cool. What's the name of this app, and is it primary function for its primary function for the entry level? This so the name of it is called Guide Track. It's right there. You can see it at the top of the thing. You can also get it on the website. All right, now you can scan that QR code to grab it. Let me get back over here. Where was we looking at? I was looking at something. Let me get back. Where did I have it? I had the website pulled up. There it is. It's on the other page. I was like, where did it go? You can get it on the website for $29.99. And you can check it out over there. Yeah, you can go ahead and grab it over there. So as to answer the question as to whether or not who it's for, being the primary producer or the entry level, it's for every type of producer. Like all of us at some level use guide tracks, whether it is performing live on Sunday, whether it is performing live at gigs, programming live shows, or even like I gave a use case earlier, where as a producer, if I'm getting a drummer to play on my track and he lives in another city, another state, another country, and I'm hiring him out to play, that I can add the guide track to my song, to my reference track that I'm sending out to other musicians, so that they could be able to know where they're playing at and know what's coming up. It's a great tool for performance and production. So it's not just limited to that. It's not just limited to church, even though we did put in praise break and go to church and all of that stuff like that. That's just from a church heads. I like that. But it could be used in anything because you have all of the intro, pre-chorus, all of those different types of cues that you can use for any scenario, any type of song, pop, rock, whatever genre. Some of you guys playing cover bands, corporate bands, whatever the case may be, this could be a tool that you can use to profile that out. And we tried to make it as intuitive and simple as possible. All right. Hope that helped you, my guy. What did you say? This will be great in the tracking. Yeah, just on the fly. That's a good point, Dale. That's a good point. Maybe some of you guys are ambitious enough to where you get in that situation and you're MDing. Maybe you're MD too. This is a live situation, and you get to a service or whatever, and you ain't got no talkback mic. Talkback mic goes out, and you can't call the numbers out, and you don't want to be that guy leaning back and yelling at everybody. You can pull this up on a secondary board MIDI controller and just go, yo, you know, put it on a second board on the top tier, play and MD from the MIDI controller. I want to see somebody do that. If you do that, if you decide to do that, tag your boy on IG and let me know. Tag me in the video and just let me know that you MDing from a MIDI controller, because you decided to do it that way versus using the traditional talkback mic. That would be kind of crazy to see. I want to see somebody do that. Tag me if you do, because I think that would be crazy. All right, let's see. What else do we got? Mention the DAWs that it's available for. It's available for, right now at current, it's available for every DAW except for Pro Tools. That's the best way to put it. It'll work in every DAW, Cubase, FL Studio if you use that. Logic, of course, Studio One, all of my favorites, all of those Ableton, all of those things like that. But we don't have it for Pro Tools yet, and I have an update coming really soon for all the Pro Tools users. Y'all guys have been very patient with us. Pro Tools 8AX is a whole process, and if you ever get into the development game, you will soon figure that out, that it is not the easiest of formats to get together. The only product we currently have that works for Pro Tools is Peculiar Sounds, and that was a lot to get there. And so we're planning updates for all of our plugins in the very near future. You guys, if you're following, you'll see those when they drop. But you'll be able to get those products and this product really soon for Pro Tools if you're a Pro Tools user. But other than that, any other DAW that you use, it works for it. All right, because it's a VST3/AU. So as long as your DAW can host those type of plugins, and like I think Dale pointed out earlier, you can do this even third party in Pro Tools using any of those VST3 hosts that they make for that. There's a lot of tools out there that you can research, some free, some paid, but you can check those out. What else we got here? Can we make our own presets? Not just yet. Can you offset the click? You can offset the click yourself because it's MIDI, right? So here inside of guide track, this is MIDI. You know what I mean? Like up here, my click, if I drag this click in, it's just the MIDI. You know what I mean? So I can come here inside the piano roll and edit that MIDI to do whatever I needed to do, to function however I needed to function, because it's all MIDI. So everything is MIDI, right? You can do everything that way and in that function, okay? So you can manipulate the click however you need to manipulate it based off of whatever your current need is. But the clicks are in there, and you can drop those in, do what you need to do with those. All right. Oh, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I got a tour coming on the studio pretty soon, so it's gonna be dope. Thank you, Johnny. That's a great question. Yes, all of the plugins, all of the buttons, everything here inside of Guide Track can be MIDI mapped. All right. So if you right click on any function, you got Learn MIDI CC, right? You got that. You got all of those in there, and you can easily assign a CC, or you can hit Learn. So, like, if I wanted to do that in practice, I got my board here, and I got these faders and stuff right here. So let's say we want to map these 4 faders inside of Guide Track. I could easily come up here, and I can right click, hit Learn MIDI CC. Then I can come here, move this slider, and then inside of Guide Track, now that works. You know what I mean? And I can watch, rinse, repeat across any button, any knob, any fader inside of Guide Track, and easily map that to my controller and be able to play it and do those things on the fly. So great question. Great question. What else we got here? He said, can you make sure I didn't miss anything here? I'm working on getting the French person. We're gonna get that done. Well, she said, you follow me here, huh? That's funny. Oh, that's people here. Okay, here we go. Several lyrics. Okay, so we got a Mike B. Okay, Mike B. Ray Chu. Yeah, Ray could be cool. Oh, no, definitely Adam Blackstone. Definitely, if we can get Adam. You know, somebody tag Adam and tell him about this plugin. That would be super dope. Demetrius says, y'all have a whole cover. Kevin Bond. Is Dale the only one that's got celebrity MDs? D-Lo would be dope. He definitely would be dope because he's got that personality. Can I demo the drag and drop? Absolutely. So here inside of Guide Track, so we built in the drag and drop MIDI. Let me move this off the thing so you guys can see what's going on. So here in Guide Track, there is MIDI mapping, everything. Let me see, what did you say, can you demo? Let me make sure I clicked on the right thing. Yeah. So here I make sure I'm sorry. I was looking at something else. So you can easily drag and drop the MIDI out of here. That's the whole purpose, one of the whole purposes. So you have options. You can play the cues in right from the keys. And we have that set up to where you can actually click the learn button, and it'll show you where everything is. But if you want to drag something in, you go here, pick something. Let's just say we're doing like back to the top, you know what I'm saying? You know, or a break maybe. So you need to select it inside of the browser, and then here it says drag and drop MIDI. It's got the arrow. You click that and you literally just drag it and drop it in just like that. And so that makes it really simple to go in and program a song from start to finish. You know what I mean? Just going through it and playing or dragging and dropping the cues in straight from Guide Track and building out your track literally in minutes. It's just that simple. So anyone that you want to bring in, you can literally just drag it in. Literally just drag it in. So give me 1 second, guys. I'm looking at something here. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Hold on. What happened here? Okay, 1 second, guys. I need to check something here. Stay with me. Feel free to ask those questions down in the thing. I'm gonna try to answer everybody's questions here. And then I'm gonna get off here in about maybe another 10 to 15 minutes. Just give me a second here, guys. All right, something happened with one of my monitors. Disappeared, so I couldn't see you guys' comments. All right, I'm back here. Let's see what we got here. Oh, no, I'm not back. Hold on. Shoot. That's how you know we live, right? It's like doing stuff. All right, let's see. Demo the drum and drag. Drop and drop. I came in late. No, it's not Logic exclusive. It works in any DAW. You may have heard my comment. Every DAW except for Pro Tools. Let's see what else we got here. Pastor Mike Jr. would be dope too. Peeks back in. Yeah, we still here. We still here. Nah, it's just the way to do it, right? Pretty soon you can use Blue Cat audio as a workaround right now for that. There's also the Waves rack, someone else said, but it's not going to be too much longer. I'm trying to get it done in the next few weeks, but I don't have an ETA landed yet because of the process of what it takes to get AAX programmed. It's a booger. So for one day, I'm gonna do a masterclass on all of this stuff, and I'm gonna show you all of the pain points of this whole entire process it takes to build out a plugin. Yes, sir. What we got here? Yes, you can link a controller with Guide Track. Yes, sir. Zambia, let's go. Not just to the real Marcus, not just for live click tracks, but it's also for live cues. So you have the cues. All of these things map to the keys, right? You have drag and drop Midi for keys and clicks, and then you have all of that. So you have access to all of those things. So I can easily find a tag, a slate or cue, right? And just drag it straight into these are all wrong, right? You know, this is not a program track. I'm just demonstrating where you can drag and drop that in. You can drag a trot change in, and you can have all of that in, but you can also play your cues in because it's all MIDI mapped, right? So you can play it in, and then you have your clicks. So I can come here, play a click. You know what I'm saying? And you got different types of clicks. So it's more than just click tracks. It's click tracks and cues and slates, all of those things built into one plugin to make it really, really easy and really, really simple for you to be able to work through those sort of things, right? It's on sale right now for $29.99 until March the 15th, and then it's going back up, all right? Let's see what else we got. He said, yes, Adam Blackstone would be dope. Yes, the drag and drop feature is very similar to what you get in an app like Stylus, and there's several other apps that do the same feature. But just like that, it's finding the file that you need or finding the slate or cue that you need, then taking that and dragging that over into whatever DAW that you're using and building out your track that way. All right. Really, really dope way to do that, man. You guys are hanging in here today. We got 74 of y'all still live, man. Shout out to y'all. Y'all hanging out today, man. Man, normally y'all been done dropped out of here. CJ Brown. That would be crazy. CJ Brown is crazy. That would be crazy, right? What's good, Will, my guy? We need to tap in. We need to catch up, bro. Yes. Let's see. Just trying to make sure. The website. Okay, hit up our support. If you're having trouble with that, just hit up support. Hopefully we're not having any issues because I'm live and I can't dig with it. Maybe so many of you are trying to buy it that it's crashing the website. I apologize if that. We'll check it out. We'll check it out if we can here in a minute because I'm about done. Oh yeah, it's very easy to develop with VSTs and audio units versus like AAX. How do you route the guide track for only the MD and the musicians to hear and monitor during the live? Thank you so much, Doctor. So a couple of ways that you can do that. You can use our split feature, right? So you have the split feature, right? And I was showing this earlier. Let me turn on, that's a 3/4 click. Let me go to a 4/4 click. I'm just gonna kind of demo this. So you got that. And let's just solo this. So you can use the split feature, which will split it left. It will split all of your cues and your guide track and your click to the left side. In a live situation, you can use a Y cable, a splitter, an audio interface, right? You're sending that to two direct boxes that's going out to the house that's being fed back into the ears for the band. So ears hear one mix, they can be able to get the click and cues on a channel coming out the left channel back into their ears. Routed from FOH, from front of house, from the mixer board. And then the music is also going out another channel or what have you. You can do the same thing with your audio interface, a 2-channel audio interface. You can do it that way. And then a more direct way to do it is just to come here, do that same thing, and you can just literally pan it on the actual track. You know what I'm saying? You can do that, or you can utilize your outs on your interface or whatever. You know, you can send it out whatever output that you want to send it out to. So there's several ways to kind of route things in that fashion. But we tried to build in a couple of features that'll make it really, really simple, you know, for that or what have you. All right, let's see what else we got here. Only not if you're not just if you're doing live. I think I gave an example earlier. If you guys missed it, you can use this if you are programming out tracks for your band, or for your musicians that you're sending out for production. So let's say you do a track and you got a bass player that lives in California, and he's going to play on your track. Well, you can use guide track to play that track out and program that track out, and then send that reference track out to him. And so when he gets it, or she gets it, or whomever gets it, they are able to listen to it, and they're able to follow through that track, that reference track, with your guide that's guiding them throughout the entire process. All right. So many use cases. I don't know about Android, but I'm working on iOS. Again, it's one of those things I don't have an ETA for just yet, but I'm working on iOS. Android, I'm having enough trouble even with Windows to try to even dig on Android, because that's way more of an issue. Wow, that's dope. Man, thank you so much, Robin. He's waving. What's up? Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Demetrius. Man, I appreciate you guys' support. And that's something I want to say before I get to that right here. Thank you so much, Ed. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you for that. I want to take this opportunity. It's about 69 of you guys still hanging out with me. I want to take this moment. If you haven't heard me say this recently, you're going to hear me say it now. I really appreciate you guys as a community. I do everything that I've been able to do over the course of the last decade of my life is because you guys as a community have supported me as an independent creator. I've been able to take care of my family. I've been able to provide for myself and I have 6 children, for those who don't know. I have a wife and 6 kids, 3 girls, 3 boys. The oldest is about to graduate high school this year. Super proud of him. But that being said, I am not able to do what I do without the support that you guys give me. You guys have been phenomenal, from YouTube, watching my videos, to buying my courses and my classes and my master classes, to buying tracks and stems from, when I was doing all of the gospel multi-track stuff, which those are still for sale. If you want to ever get tracks, I still sell tracks. They're still available on loopcommunity.com. I transitioned from that company a few years to go full time into being a developer, a software developer. And because of the success that I developed and built with my time at doing gospel multi-track / I think it's called Loop Gospel now. When I moved out, they transitioned everything over to Loop Gospel. From there, afforded me the opportunity to be able to move into doing software development. And I've been there for the last 3 years of my life, just developing software. And it has been an amazing journey. And again, I stress this. I hope you guys hear my heart. There's no pretense. There is no false humility or anything. And I really, 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 really appreciate all of you guys that just take an opportunity to buy a pack, to buy a plugin, to buy a track, to watch a video. None of this is possible without you guys and your support. And I'm able to feed my family. I'm able to provide for them at a great level and be a good father and be a good husband. And primarily it is thanks to guys and gals like you guys that have taken the opportunity over the last decade of my life to take a guy that's a piano teacher from Jackson, Tennessee, and allow me to scale and build out where I'm at now, which is gospel producers. If I talked to this about, if somebody told me this 10 years ago, I couldn't have believed it. I couldn't have planned it any other way. It's just the way God has provided, and it's been through you guys' support over the years. So I am grateful. I want to say it one last time before I look at any more questions. I am grateful for all of the support that you guys give me over the years. It's just amazing. All right. Let's see what else you guys got. I want to make sure, I do want to make sure that I answer every question that I can here, but I don't want to be on like too much long because we got a bunch of other stuff we got to do to keep this going. Man, thank you. See, we got them coming in already. Purchase. Thank you. Purchase. Cliff. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ed Thompson. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, all of you. Thank you. Thank you. MacBook Pro forever. Yes, sir. Hit me up, whoever you are, Facebook user. Thank you. So, he said, when I get paid, geez, I appreciate it. 6, mercy. His mercies are renewed every morning. You understand me? 6 kids. His mercies are renewed every morning. And we homeschool. So I got 6. They're all upstairs. Bless them. I love them. I'm gonna go check on them in a minute. Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Let me know when you figure that out. You let me know. Yes, sir. If you ever have a course on software development, I'm in some now and I'm learning a lot, but I want you to be a teacher in the future. That's dope. So my screen said, there's one of my sons right there on the screen back there helping me build out my panels. My acoustic panels that we got here. So yeah, it's a thing, man. We appreciate all of you guys. I think it looks like I done finally got to the bottom of the questions here. Thank you so much, Albert. Yes, sir. I think I finally got to the bottom here. I appreciate all of you guys. This is dope. It has been fun to hang out with you guys as always. I love interacting. This is all impromptu. I'm gonna be doing more of these now that I've gotten this set up and everything, and I got everything set up to kind of flow the way that I'm flowing. I'm gonna be doing a whole lot more videos, live pop-ups, just creating and doing stuff and showcasing what we're doing. But you guys, make sure you hit that screenshot, not that, but over here, or whichever, here, get my, there, that QR code over there. That's what I was trying to get to. Hit that QR code so that you can be able to, you guys can get this right now because like, again, it said it's on sale right now for $29.99 until March the 15th. And then it's going to go up to $49.99, which is still a steal. I believe it's not. This is not something. I think I look at this as a tool. I'm not trying to. This is not something that I'm like, oh, I gotta charge $300 for this, because it's not that. This is a simple utility that I think can help out a lot of people, and that's the goal. It's solving problems. It's figuring out how to solve people's issues, figuring out how to solve people's problems. And this has been a problem solver for me for years when I was developing and creating tracks. And I'm excited to finally be in a space where I can bring this level of a tool to you guys. And I have a lot of other little small utilities that we're going to be releasing this year that we are heavy in development. Again, thanks to all of your support. We're in heavy development on this year. And I'm excited to finally be in a place where I can start to build the tools that I have been wanting to build for years for the community. So it's going to be a lot of little stuff like this that we're going to be doing this year. And this is only the foundation on top of what we're doing, what you guys have helped and supported us with Peculiar Sounds and Juice and all of the other plugins and all of those different things like that. So it's going to be really, really crazy. It's going to be really, really crazy. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you so much. He said, I want to sponsor. Well, hit me up. We can do that. We can make that happen if that's something that's on your heart. We appreciate your work and masterclass knowledge products. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Aiken. What else we got? Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, folks. I appreciate you guys hanging out again. This is Guide Track. That's the cost, $29.99. This is the plug-in. You guys can go check it out. I think it's a really, really good. We put several months of work into building this and creating this. So I'm excited to be able to share it with you guys finally, because we've been working on it. You got clicks, you got slates, you got cues, you got different voices. We're going to be adding in multiple languages. We got fade out, we got splitting the tracks, we got verb. It's a myriad of stuff to explore, and you can feel free to go back and watch this video. We're going to be doing like a more truncated version that kind of cuts through the fat on all of this stuff. Probably dropping that hopefully tomorrow so you guys can. But make sure you go support. Make sure you click that link down in the description of the videos, all of those things like that. And we will tap in with you guys a little later. All right, I'm out. I'll be tapping back in with y'all. Peace.
Intro 2, 3, 4.
GospelProducers.com.
Coro, 2, 3, 4.
Back to the top, 2, 3, 4.
Repite, 2, 3, 4.
Praise break 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Praise break 3, 4. Go to church 1, 2, 3, 4.
Drive it, 3, 4.
Breakdown 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Outro 2, 3, 4. Chop it. Take it out. Stab the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4.